Dave. I'm Mark.
I'm Taylor. I'm Star.
I'm Paige, and today we're assessing the accessibility of trails in the Northampton Hadley area with help of the guidelines and standards of Birdability.
For this experience, we utilized Birdability standards to assess the trails available to people with disabilities. According to Birdability, their vision is that birding truly is for everybody and every body, regardless of disability or other health concerns. Our first site was Fort River in Hadley. Parking is an important factor when assessing the accessibility of a park. The parking lot at Fort River Trail does include handicap spaces, however the surface is a coarse gravel, which hinders movement in wheelchairs. Here we are measuring trail width. It was 62 inches, which complies with Birdability accessibility standards. The Fort River trails are surfaced with gravel, wooden boards, and hard-packed dirt. This is Taylor filling our Birdability trail assessment, which includes all the requirements for a trail to be considered accessible. Then we submitted to the website's database online. During our walk, we came across Cheryl, a 62-year-old wheelchair user from Holyoke who agreed to share her experience on the trail. She told us that it is very accessible for her and that it is a great place for her to bring her dog, who is also disabled. Everyone deserves to have access to birdwatching, no matter your health status or disability. This volunteer experience highlighted the importance of civic engagement. To us, civic engagement is people in the community doing their part to promote the quality of life of others, in this case, those connecting with nature. According to the Amherst government website, Amherst only has 4 accessible trails to those with limited abilities. However, there's about 20 identified trails in Amherst. That is about 1 in 5 trails. In comparison, that is like going to a restaurant and only being able to order 1 of 5 things because of an accident. Our next location was Fitzgerald Lake in Northampton. This trail had only 1 handicap location, but it was covered in slippery leaves. There were no bathrooms at this entrance. Again, the trail was littered with leaves, and most of the trail was not paved. This also highlighted the fact that we could not have access and report on the rest of the trail. The dock did not have railings and also consisted of a step. According to Birdability, 1 step can completely alter the accessibility of a trail. We came across another person in a wheelchair heading back to the parking lot. We interviewed them, discovering that the trail changed from pavement to loose dirt, which forced the woman to turn around. A large majority of nature trails are not accessible. This project was important to us because we strongly feel that everyone should be able to experience nature equally. In visiting 2 trails, our group was able to learn about and observe many obstructions preventing disabled people from using trails. It was disappointing to learn how uncommon accessible trails are, but finding a relatively simple trail that was completely accessible for wheelchair users demonstrated how creating and maintaining an accessible trail is perfectly feasible. We wanted to thank Birdability for the important work they are doing for the disabled community and for providing us with the tools and guidelines for this project. We would also like to thank Lena Fletcher for introducing us to this volunteering opportunity.